Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Capybara Go new feature called the Adventure, and together with that they also releasing the Big Adventure event where you can get yourself the legendary and the mythic adventures. Now let's start with a quick summary of the features. First of all, you need to equip the adventurer in order to use it. Now go to the adventurer page and click on appearance. Upon clicking on the appearance, you should see that your CP number change, and also the appearance of your character will change from Capybara to the character that you selected. Now each adventurer will have its own stat multiplier. So upon equipping a certain adventurer, your HP, attack and defense will multiply by this number. This means that having Capybara as your main character will give you a less amount of HP, attack and defense, which in my opinions make this game no longer a Capybara Go. Now each adventurer will have a unique set of adventurer skill. Now each set of skill given a unique buff to a character, and I'll be going into more detail later on during my analysis. Now beside from the adventurer skill, upon unlocking the character, you will also unlocking the synergy blessing from them. Now this synergy blessing is actually a new skill or an upgrade versions of some skill that we already have in the game, and you can equip up to 3 skill maximum. Okay, now these skill need to be selected in your content gameplay in order to use them, except for the arena, raid and tower, where this skill will be equipped by default. Now all these skills can be leveled up to further enhance the benefit that you gain from it, and you upgrade them by using this blessing synergy straw. Now all the adventure can be leveled up using the dust collected from the new raid. Now upon reaching a certain level with the indication of all adventurer, this will give the global stat to your character regarding whether you equip this adventure or not, similar to the bet system. Now the same thing also apply for the startup, but in order to start up, you need to collect the pieces of the adventurer. Now let's talk about the big adventure event. Okay, in this event you can use gems to buy up to 100 items that can be used to spin for the grand prize. Now unlike the Capybara machine event, the counter for the guaranteed grand prize does not reset once the event is finished, so you don't need to save up enough before you can start pulling. Okay, however, the pull milestone reward will be reset. So what do I suggest to do for this event? Now first of all, in my opinion, this is currently the best upgrade you can get in the game. So if you able to, I would suggest you to spend 32k gem to buy that 100 items for pulling in this event. Okay, so this is guaranteed that you can get the grand prize in 2 cycles of this event. Now currently we don't know how often this event will come back and when it will come back, but at least if you buy 100 now, the next time you come back, you will guarantee yourself the grand prize. Okay, now if you are a low to mid level spender, you can use the below formula to buy the extra 100 items for minimal spending. Alright? Okay, so the next question is, how much should you pull every event to get the most benefit out of this? Okay, so I do a bit of analysis here to see what is the best return value for each milestone. Alright, now milestone 1 is easy to calculate. You get 10 legendary key, which is roughly around 3k gem return value. Alright, now second milestone is the 10 lucky coin. Now this varies based on where you are in the dungeon dive level. If you are in the early stage of the dungeon dive, you buy 2 tickets per day, cost you 300 gems, and you can roughly clear around 6 floor, which technically means that you can get 20 coins for just 600 gems. So 10 coins is only around 300 gems each, but this is gonna be a good alternative later on for players at a higher level of dungeon dive, because it's getting really hard even for me. I can only clear, let's say, like 4 level a day, so this is equals to me spending around 1.2 to more than that to get 10 lucky coin. Now for milestone 3, if you compare to the price that you buy the Everstone from the black market event, this is roughly around a 5k gem return value, right? And the last milestone, you get a random pet arcana chest. Now this might seems like a good one, but is not, right? Because let's say you use 1 to 2 mythic pet in your build, which most player is, right? This is only 20 to 40% chance of you getting what you want. So the return value might be 0 if you don't get anything that you want at all. So yeah, it might not be a good thing that you reach 200 milestone for this event. So what I might suggest to do is either reach milestone 1 or 2 for each event, or you can save up one event and eventually reach milestone 3 in the next one for better return value, of course. But don't try and reach milestone 4 because the return value might not be there, and you technically just waste your milestone return value. Alright. Now for the last sections, I want to go through my analysis on each adventure, okay? Starting with how you acquire them and where you get the piece to start it up. Now starting with Piggy Warrior, you get him easily from spending 3000 gems, and you get the piece for him in the U shop, right? Next would be Panda. Panda is the first ever premium content in this game where you can only get him using money. But once you get him already, you can start up by buying his piece from the Magic Crystal shop. Now next one would be the Little Bear and also the Dragon Girl, which both can be get from the Big Adventure event. Alright? Now talk about the stat multiplier. Stat multiplier, obviously the mythic adventure, the Dragon Girl, offer you a highest amount of bonus stat, right? So it makes more sense just to equip her as your main one, and this value is fixed, meaning that doesn't matter if you start up or level up your Piggy, which is easier to do, you get more stat. No, right? So solely based on this stat multiplier, Dragon Girl would be still the best one to get, and it's not a small amount different, like you get 2% more HP and 15% more attack. Now next one I want to talk about is the Synergy Blessing skill. Now you have 3 slots to equip them and there's 4 skill. So if you are free to play, doesn't matter if this skill are good or bad, you only have 3 choice to equip anyway, right? Since you're not gonna get Panda using real money, right? But to be honest, Panda is the best one among the 4. There's no trade-off for his skill. He offers you higher dodge chance, and also every time you dodge, you get damage increase. Okay, so he offers you both survivability and damage. Now, go back to Biggie. It offers you a new skill, Pick Smash, and you're able to stun the enemy with a 5 to 10% chance, which is fairly low to be honest. So that is roughly at 5% is for every 20 hit you're able to land 1 stun, which for let's say combo build, that's roughly 1 stun every 4 rounds. It's not a lot to be honest, but it's a new form of crowd control, and it might be useful for raid or tower, where a single freeze or stun can be your key winning the challenge, right? Now next, let's talk about the Little Bear Synergy Blessing, right? At the start, it might not be good because it's trade off your skill damage for the bonus basic attack damage, but it get better at level 3 and level 5. Level 3, it costs you less skill damage for the higher basic attack, and at level 5 there's no skill damage decrease at all. So this is one of the best synergy blessings to focus your stroll into leveling up. Alright, now last one is Dragon Girl. Now even though she's one of the best one at the moment, but her synergy blessing is not really that great to be honest. A lot of her skill is focusing about giving you more dragon flame damage, but the downside is you need to be below 50% HP in order for this buff to be active. Now in later contents, you often encounter enemy that can do 60-70% of your HP at one shot. So staying at below 50% is not really a good ideal situation, right? And you roughly don't have a way to control your HP. Like you don't have a way to just always keep yourself below 50%. So the buff is actually, the buff technically just be on and off throughout the battle. You don't get most of it, unlike Panda or the Little Bear, where you constantly have the damage bonus or the dodge change increase, right? Now let's talk about the adventurer skill. So starting off with Piggy, of course, adventurer skill is not really good, right? The damage bonus is really low, only up to 30%. In the XP gain only apply to chapter runs, right? And the healing is offered is also only after the battle, not during the battle. So if you die, doesn't matter. And in chapter run, you heal certain amount back anyway, right? And if you encounter some red stations, is restore you 60% of your HP anyway. So yeah, this healing doesn't do much. We can pretty much clear the chapter without the healing anyway. So yeah, next would be the Panda. Now Panda more balanced, focusing on weapon crit, combo, counter, physical damage and stuff like that. He doesn't have much of a trade-off or some downside to it, and he seems to be a really good fit for Whisperer because it's offer weapon crit as well as the physical damage for, and dagger damage is physical damage. Okay, now let's go to Little Bear skill. Now they introduce a new type of damage over time, which is bleeding, and bleeding deal 50% of your attack, and Little Bear can stack up to 10 stack, which means that you can deal up to 500% attack per turn. But the problem with damage over time is it don't crit, so your damage is pretty much fixed to how many percent of your attack, meaning you need a lot of attack in order for this damage to do a decent amount of damage. One of the good skill is that you get up to 100% damage increase to bleed target, and he actually having a skill that give you 100% combo rate for one turn every 3 to 4 turns. Right now, I think one of the best build for Little Bear is the counter build. You just rack up your HP and sit back and counter them and apply bleed to them, and this way you also doing 50 to 100 more damage to them throughout the battle. And every 3 to 4 turn at the later start, of course, you have one turn to counter attack with 100% combo rate and also combo count increase. Next one would be the Mystic Dragon Girl. Now, beside from her stat multiplier is the best one, her adventurer skill is also the reason why she is the best one, and why this is considered the best upgrade you can get at the moment, right? So every basic and ranged attack can trigger a skill that do 90% or up to 180% of your attack, and this is a skill which means that it can be crit. So which means that by just equipping her, your basic and ranged attack do at almost double the amount of damage, and her skill can crit, unlike the bleeding damage from Little Bear. Okay, and at 4 star, she can deal 600 attack every 2 turns, and at 8 star, her skill also deal HP percent damage. That's why she is the reason why I say this is gonna be the best upgrade you can get at the moment right now. From the higher stat to instantly increase your basic and range attack by almost double. So I think it's best that you equip the Dragon Girl at the moment, and just level up and start the rest for bonus stat. Alright? Hey, so that's all for today's video, everyone. I hope the content I'm sharing is helpful for you. If you like it, please leave the like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.